7 News Detroit at 6 starts right now.
First at 6, cruising into the weekend.
I'm in Ferndale where the fun is revving up for the Woodward Dream Cruise.
We love the cruise!
The vintage vehicles dodging one round of rain, but what about the night and tomorrow?
Widespread rain today. More showers are on the way for the weekend. I'll have a look at how they could impact the Dream Cruise.
Plus, Stallion's resurgence. The man at the center of Michigan's sign-stealing scandal landing a coaching job at a Detroit high school.
A lot of people know him as a sort of mastermind cheater. Are you worried about the message that may send to your players?
We're talking with the football head coach about why he made this choice and the potential repercussions.
And funding frustrations. A millage shot down by voters in one community, affecting the future of the Howell Parks and Rec Department.
We utilize a lot of the Parks and Rec area.
What this could mean for community programs and park facilities, and what's being done to try and save it. It's a true sign of summer. Mid-August means the classic cars are ready to cruise Woodward Avenue. We've been getting you ready all week, and the vintage vehicles are roaring from Ferndale all the way to Pontiac. Even the rain this afternoon couldn't keep some of those diehards away. Thank you so much for joining us for 7 News Detroit at 6. I'm Mike Duffy. The Dream Cruise is one of the biggest and most talked about summer events in Metro Detroit, as hundreds of thousands of people flood Woodward to catch a glimpse of the classic rides. My 6 o'clock co-anchor Carolyn Clifford is in Ferndale, in the heart of it all, and Carolyn, the sun decided to come out. It looks like it's shaping up to be a great evening out there.
Oh my, can we say hallelujah to the sun coming out? We were out here earlier, right around 1 o'clock, and boy, the rain was coming down, but people were still out here enjoying themselves. And look at these people right here, these ladies and men. They are here all the way from North Carolina. They are part of the Mustang Club, so they're still sitting here along Woodward, enjoying the vintage cars rolling up and down Woodward in Ferndale. You know, we've been covering the Woodward Dream Cruise for more than 20 years now. And usually, rain or shine, people still hit Woodward to enjoy the ride. And today, the rain has been coming down, as I just told you. Now, we got out here and started talking to people, and there's some true diehards, even as far away as Canada. Check it out. Whether big, small, young, and young at heart, typically 1.5 million people from all over the country come here to this strip on Woodward to enjoy the cruise. Some visit from as far away as Japan or Australia. Mark and Pat O'Grady live in Toronto and never miss.
You can't find this kind of event anywhere else. The kind of car culture that exists in America, we're from Canada, so we're not used to seeing this kind of thing. It's incredible.
We love the cruise!
And for this group, it's a family affair. One brother coming all the way from Florida, despite the rain and a car crash. How'd you get here from Florida?
We drove. Matter of fact, we wrecked our car on the way here, got a rental car, and still made it here.
That's what I call die hard. Typically 40,000 classic cars hit Woodward, and while some of these beauties will remain under wraps, other people who simply love the fun just come by to enjoy the atmosphere and celebrate. You said, hey, I'm going to show you something that you can't find anywhere else. So what did you tell her for your birthday?
I told her, you all have an old school car. We're going to show you old school cars. Let's go on Woodward to the Dream Cruise.
And of course, you can't leave the cruise without the official merch. No doubt, a fan favorite this year, a tribute to our own Detroit Lions.
It's Lion time, right?
It is indeed. And we're excited about the Lions.
And so, you know, they incorporated it into the cruise.
And you know, I had to get one of those shirts for our Detroit Lions. One pride, yes indeed, for $20. And look, we've got some young cruisers out here as well. So many families lining Woodward to see some of the vintage cars going up and down. Now, of course, the rain has been the talk of the town and how it could impact tomorrow's big event. Let's get right to 7 First Alert meteorologist Marissa Wall is in for what we can expect for the rest of tonight and, of course, tomorrow for the big Dream Cruise. Marissa, we've got our fingers crossed for tomorrow.
Well, I can tell you, Carolyn, at least the first part of the day tomorrow is looking good. But I know everything really ramps up, especially as the day progresses. Unfortunately, that's also when the rain and the storms are going to pick up. So tomorrow afternoon, not looking ideal, but we're hoping things will wrap up a little bit sooner in the evening, leading to just isolated showers remaining as you get after about 7 o'clock tomorrow night. But I would keep an eye on the forecast. We are looking at scattered showers and storms expected tomorrow afternoon and evening. Right now, though, I mean, it's quite nice. We have mostly sunny skies. Some big cumulus clouds out there. We're back up to 80 degrees in the city of Detroit. Temperatures across the region are in the upper 70s to near 80 degrees. We're at our peak heating at this moment, but we have mostly clear skies across the region. More importantly, it's dry at this moment, but I'll track the showers not only for tomorrow, but even a look ahead towards Sunday coming up in just a bit. Carolyn.
All right, Marissa, I know right now it is absolutely beautiful, so we're going to enjoy it while we can. Now, remember to join us for our Dream Cruise Primetime Special tomorrow night from 7 to 9 p.m. right here on 7. It's going to be so much fun. Mike, I know you're going to be right there with me riding shotgun, and we're going to make it all happen.
I sure am, and thanks for getting those crowds warmed up. Can't wait. Tomorrow, all bets will be off. Can't wait to see you there, Carolyn. Now, he's been one of the most talked about men in college football over the past year, and not for positive reasons. You likely did not know the name Connor Stalions until the former University of Michigan football staffer was at the center of the school's sign-stealing investigation last season. Well, now he has a new gig as defensive coordinator at Detroit's Mumford High School. 7 News Detroit's Sarah Michaels talked with the team's head coach today about the controversial hire and whether he's worried about any potential backlash.
This fall, former Michigan football staffer Connor Stalions will be on the sidelines here at Mumford High School football games. He's now been named the new defensive coordinator.
A lot of kids call him 5-star Stalions.
Mumford High School head football coach William McMichael tells me, although the news just broke, Connor Stalions has been helping coach their team for months.
They're learning a lot, so something they haven't done in a while.
What would you say they're learning from him?
How to go about breaking down film, being a college football player, you know, the nuances of what it takes, the hard work.
Stalions is well known for being a former low-level Michigan staffer who, in 2023, allegedly masterminded a University of Michigan sign-stealing operation. McMichael tells me he met Stalions through a mutual friend, and when he brought Stalions to his players this year, none of them knew who he was.
When you were talking to your players and telling them what Stalions was known for, what was their raw reaction? What was that conversation?
What he's known for was being a great defensive mind, and able to, you know, to figure out the opponent's tendencies and stuff like that. So that's what I stress to the players.
I'm pretty good at getting on the sidelines as well.
I don't know.
The NCAA investigation on that is still ongoing. Stalions is accused of sending people to scout Michigan's future opponent's signs, including recording video of their opponent teams from their own sidelines.
All you have to do is Google Stalions' name, and you'll see that a lot of people know him as a sort of mastermind cheater. Are you worried about the message that may send to your players?
No, because they know him as a person. The things happen in the NCAA, that's the NCAA in college football. It's different in high school.
McMichaels himself was the assistant head coach at Belleville High School the past 4 seasons. His rings show his own success.
This is 2021 Belleville State Championship, back-to-back in 2022.
Last year, Mumford High School's football team had 1 win. McMichaels tells me he's excited to turn things around for his players this year. He says his players already love Stalions, and he's confident bringing in someone who has experience with a college national championship team will give them a huge edge.
You called Connor Stalions a perfect fit for your team. What makes you say that?
Because we want to mirror the Michigan defense. And I don't think nobody knows the Michigan defense better than he does.
In Detroit, I'm Sarah Michaels for 7 News Detroit.
Thank you for your reporting on that, Sarah. Now, this comes out tonight as Connor Stalions is expected to share his side of the story in a Netflix documentary later this month. A Detroit landmark with a starring role in generations of family photos is getting a makeover. The James Scott Memorial Fountain on Belle Isle will be shut down later this year for $6 million worth of upgrades. The Michigan Department of Natural Resources tells us that the nearly century-old fountain will first undergo structural repairs in 2025. After that, masonry and mechanical upgrades will help keep it flowing into the future. Well, tonight, questions are swirling around the Michigan Supreme Court's recent ruling on the minimum wage. The governor's office tells us that the state is still reviewing it and may need additional clarification on what it means for workers' paychecks. The questions center on the schedule for implementing changes, which could initially raise the minimum wage by about $2 an hour. 2 weeks ago, the justices ruled legislative action in 2018 on 2 related ballot initiatives was unconstitutional. The changes are slated to begin in February. Tonight, the loved ones of those lost in a plane crash at Metro Airport 37 years ago are gathering to mark the tragedy. A vigil's being held at the memorial site of Northwest Airlines Flight 255 along Middle Belt and I-94 in Romulus. The names of the 156 people who died will be read at 8:46 p.m. That's when the plane crashed on takeoff back on August 16, 1987. The sole survivor was a 4-year-old girl from Arizona named Cecilia Sheehan. Still ahead, driving into the future, Cadillac is pulling back the curtain on a high-tech luxury EV. What we're learning about the automaker's new concept. But first, funding frustrations. The Howell Parks and Rec Department in jeopardy after a millage was shot down.
We're hoping the community can come together, support everybody so we can get, keep all these amazing events and programs that we do affordable.
What this could mean for community programs and park facilities, and what's being done to try and save it. A beloved Livingston County tradition could be in jeopardy. The annual Melon Festival is happening in Howell right now, but after voters shot down a millage to fund the Howell Parks and Recreation Authority, the Parks and Rec Department could dissolve. This could spell the end for community programs and park facilities. The millage needed support in 4 communities to pass. It was approved in 3 townships in last week's primary, but was shot down in Marion Township by fewer than 200 votes. 7 News Detroit's Tiara Braddock reports from Howell, talking to a community member about what this means to her and the executive director of the Howell Parks and Rec Authority about how this could impact the community.
The Howell Area Parks and Recreation Authority is responsible for managing the local parks along with throwing events like the Melon Festival. How the organization will operate in the future now depends on if a proposed millage is passed in November.
We utilize a lot of the Parks and Rec area.
Howell resident Rosie Payne says come November she will be voting yes to the Park and Rec Authority's proposed millage, which represents about 21 cents per household. Payne says she loves taking her dog to the local parks and going to the Melon Festival.
People come from out of town to come visit this. It's a huge economy booster for the downtown area, all the small businesses, things like that.
The authority had the same millage on the ballot for the Michigan primary election. The millage passed in Howell, Genoa Township, Howell Township, and Osceola Township, but it failed in Marion Township by 200 votes. Due to a state law, a proposed tax for park and rec authorities must be passed in all participating municipalities.
We do have a lot of positive energy behind it. We just had some misconceptions in there, I think, that helped, that kind of, maybe swayed some votes.
Tim Church is the executive director of the Howell Parks and Rec Authority. He says one of the misconceptions is that the millage will increase taxes by a lot.
The reality is, in our area, on average for the Rec Authority, it would really increase their taxes by $75 a year average. So 21 cents a day. We're not asking a ton.
If the proposed millage passes, it would generate about $1.5 million for the Parks and Recs Authority to continue providing services and programming to the community.
Lots of activities for the community of all ages. We have a preschool, tot time on Thursday mornings. We have kid yoga.
If the millage fails, the authority could go away unless 2/3 of the participating municipalities vote to continue it. Church says he hopes it doesn't come to that.
We're hoping the community can come together, support everybody so we can get, keep all these amazing events and programs that we do affordable, some free.
In Howell, Tiara Braddock, 7 News Detroit.
All right, Tiara, thank you. Well, Cadillac is showing off what could be the high-tech luxury EV of the future. Check out the Opulent Velocity concept. With self-opening butterfly doors, this one looks like it could take flight. Cadillac says Opulent Velocity is the ultimate expression of zero emissions, with luxury hypercar performance and the personal freedom of full autonomous mobility. It's designed to represent the future vision of electric performance for the Cadillac V-Series.
Man, oh man, can I say go green, go blue? I'm standing between two Ford Mustangs. This is a Mach-E 4X, and this is a Mach-E rally, and that's what people come to the Woodward Dream Cruise to see. These beautiful cars, both vintage ones and then the brand new ones that will become iconic in the future. This is what everybody's talking about, though, the weather. The sun is shining right now, but you know the Woodward Dream Cruise officially kicks off tomorrow. We're expecting 40,000 cars up and down Woodward and 1.5 million people, and we want to know, will the rain hold off? So let's send it to Marissa Wallace in studio. She's been following the weather all week long. So our fingers are crossed, Marissa. We know the rain is coming, but rain was here today, and now the sun's out.
Exactly. And I think tomorrow is going to be similar in the sense that the entire day is not going to be a washout, but there will be showers in the area. Showers are going to be more so scattered, so there are going to be breaks in between and likely some sun breaks as well. But enjoy that sunshine out there right now. Warm temperatures to upper 70s, near 80 degrees. I also want to focus on the dew points, which are in the upper 60s, so it is kind of in that muggy range. We have a lot of moisture in place. We're waiting on a cold front that's eventually going to swing through as we head into tonight. But right now, the rain that was slow to move out this afternoon has stabilized our atmosphere enough that we're looking at mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies at this moment. Keeping an eye on a few light showers popping up just to the southwest of Flint at this moment, tracking mainly to the east. So we may see a few of those hold together, move into Lapeer or even Sand Lake County within about the next hour or two. But I'm also keeping my eye on these storms that are firing out here. This is just ahead of the cold front that is eventually going to make its way towards us as we get into the early morning hours of tomorrow. So taking a look at how things will play out through most of this evening, I expect most of us to stay dry, but still worth a mention, an isolated shower or storm is possible. As of right now, though, not looking at much. This is the cold front coming through. This is about 2 o'clock in the morning, a chance for a few showers, maybe some storms, especially north of I-69. Otherwise, we'll be looking at actually partly cloudy skies tonight. Now, the first part of the day tomorrow looking pretty good across the region. Mostly dry, a mixture of clouds, kind of partly cloudy to mostly cloudy. It's once we get towards the afternoon and evening that will switch to scattered showers and storms. But if you notice, even by 4 o'clock, there's a lot of breaks in between. So hopefully we just have one little pocket, of course, where we have the Woodward Dream Cruise that all the showers decide to go around. Of course, that's not necessarily possible to create, but we'll hope that that is how it all plays out. A few more showers even through the evening tomorrow. Sunday, we'll have some wraparound moisture as the system slowly moves off to the east. So more showers and even storms as we continue into Sunday, especially in the afternoon. Now, overall rainfall is expected to be around like widespread 1/4 of an inch, but you can see here, crazy total up in Lapeer compared to what you're seeing in other locations. This is just indicating if you do get under one of the storms, there is a potential for heavy rain, but this is only if you get under one of the isolated storms, even including the ones that move through tonight. So that's why you're looking at a total like that. We could see more pockets up to about 1 inch too. Again,